My name is Tracey Tawhiao and I'm an artist. The type of art that I do is quite all-encompassing, but mainly what I do is I paint. But I also do poetry and I have made videos. I've done installation and sculpture. So I was I was at law school and I did a law degree, and then when I finished that I realised no, I don't think that that's me. On the other hand, it gave me lots of skills. So basically I started painting immediately on finishing law school, and that just took over. I've been working as a full-time artist for nearly 20 years, but probably 10 of those years are when I thought I'm an artist. For the first 10 years I thought I'm a failure. And then the next 10 I decided, no, I'm not a failure, it's fine, I'm an artist. It's funny, you just do the thing that you like and you don't call yourself anything, and then people call, people would say, oh, you're an artist, and I'd think, no, I'm not an artist. And then eventually when I would say, no, I'm not an artist, people started getting annoyed. So then I thought, okay, I'm just going to stop saying anything now, and then eventually it just becomes, after 20 years, I think. With my poetry, I started that before painting because I was a young mum. I had my children when I was at law school, while I was attending law school. And the discipline of law is incredible. Like, it's just so disciplined that I would get frustrated and I would come home and just write poetry to counterbalance this sort of mental discipline that was having to go on at law school. So that was a really good way to articulate, because you don't use many words and you can get to the point really quickly, whereas academia is you use so many words to say virtually nothing. And it would be so frustrating for me, so I'd go home and say something incredibly important in very few words, and that became how my poetry, what it did for me was it fed me the other side of my brain while I was training to think like a lawyer. I've been showing nationally and internationally. Internationally came about due to the fact that I wasn't a trained artist. I didn't go to fine art school, so I wasn't really, I wasn't really in that institutional frame. So you get called an outsider artist by the insider artist regime, and that sort of puts you at a disadvantage in terms of being able to go through the normal channels for international shows with museums and international art galleries. And I realised fairly early on, I think my lawyer brain was working for me, that I'd have to do something to take that stigma off. So I just organised my own international shows, and they were really successful. And the way that I do my art is I've got two sort of kind of strains that I'm doing currently. One is on newspaper, where I paint the newspaper using Māori iconography, and it's quite naive. I guess that's what it's called, naive. And what I'm doing is I'm recreating the news, because there's a lot of negative news, full stop, but around Māori issues, very negative, which I thought was a bit unbalanced. So what I do is I just basically paint over it and leave the headlines that I thought would be better headlines for people to communicate with, like to relate to. And they're always incredibly positive. So I paint maybe 10 sheets and then I lay them out, and it becomes one mural, and then I read what the words are now, and the words always are sort of semi-prophetic and incredibly positive, and also very philosophical. And those are the words that are already there. I'm just rearranging everything. Well, there's always ongoing international shows. They take a long time to pre-produce because you have language barriers, money issues, timing issues. So we've got like maybe 4 projects, one in Tahiti, one in Hawaii, one in Italy, and then the people in Paris are asking us back, so we're sort of just negotiating all of that. But at the moment I just want to be in New Zealand. I live in Piha and it's very beautiful, and after a while of doing international shows you just get more appreciative of home. The value of art and the value of being an artist, and the fact that everybody is inherently creative, whether they know it or not, is of incredible value to us as a society. And I feel as if there should be this idea amongst us that creatively we are important, and we need to all understand that that's actually just how it is. It's not like something you go and do, it's just how it is inside you. And to nurture that as a person, whether you work in a bank or in a magazine, or that you just approach your life as if you're creative, because you are, and everything you do comes from inside you. So that's valuable, and it should, you know, it should be something that we think about more.